Hello and welcome to another live broadcast with MedStar Health. My name is Sarah Ridenauer and I'm so glad you're joining us today. April is Donate Life Month, a time dedicated to raising awareness about organ donation and the lives it can save. In the United States, nearly 90,000 people are currently on the transplant waiting list for a kidney, and more than 10,000 people need a liver transplant. Unfortunately, many people die each day while waiting for a life-saving organ. Today, we're here to talk about living organ donation and to help clear up some of the most common misconceptions people have about becoming a living donor. We're joined by a panel of experts from the MedStar Georgetown Transplant Institute, one of the largest and highest volume transplant programs in the nation. Our guests today include Ashley Bruns, RN CCRP, Project Manager of the Living Donor Liver Transplant Program, Dr. Yuri Jenik, Director of the Adult Liver Transplant Program, Dr. Jennifer Verbesey, Director of the Living Donor Kidney Transplant Program. We're also joined by two special guests who have generously shared their own experience as living donors. Carrie Ayers, a non-directed living kidney donor, and Walter, her recipient, is traveling today, but he is tuned in watching along with us. So hello, Walter, and we're so glad that you're doing well. We also have Emily Gentile, who is another living liver donor. Whether you're curious about how living donations work or considering becoming a donor yourself, we're glad you're here. If you'd like to learn more, share this broadcast with your friends and ask your questions in the comments below. We'll answer as many as we can during today's discussion. So, thank you all again for joining us today and for sharing your expertise and experience with our viewers. To start, I'd like to have each of you briefly introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit more about the work that you do with MedStar Health. Ashley, I'll start with you.
Hi, thank you. My name is Ashley Bruns, and I am the Living Liver Donor Project Manager. Uh, in my role, I help patients or donors who are interested in being liver donors through the evaluation process, donation, and recovery. And I also focus on making the program more efficient and making sure that their journey through donation is safe and easy, as easy as possible.
Great, thank you. Dr. Janik?
I'm Yuri Ganek. I'm the director of Adult Liver Transplant Program in MedStar Georgetown. And my role is to evaluate the patients for liver transplant, perform liver transplant, advocate for living donor liver transplant, evaluate the donors, also perform donor operation.
Great, thank you so much. And Dr. Verbesey?
Sure. Hi, my name's Dr. Jennifer Verbesey, and I am the director of the Living Donor Kidney Program. I'm also the director for the Pediatric Kidney Transplant Program, and sometimes, a lot of times, those overlap. And I'm lucky in my job, I get to follow kidney donors from the beginning to the end, basically. I do most of their evaluations, I do a lot of the surgery, and then I follow the donors for 2 years post-operatively. And a big part of my job is to coordinate swaps and exchanges. So nowadays, I know we're going to talk a lot more about this, but nowadays we don't want people to search for a certain kind of donor, like a certain blood type. We just want any living donor. And then I help our patients go into the national exchange and get successful transplants that way.
Great, thank you. And thank you also, Carrie and Emily, for joining us. We can't wait to talk more about your stories later. Let's begin by talking about living kidney donation. So, Dr. Verbesey, to start with the basics, what is a living donor?
So people who need a kidney, so their kidneys have failed, or as Dr. Gaddix can tell you, their liver has failing. They basically, kidney is lucky because we have dialysis, which we like to view as a bridge to transplant. Dialysis can keep you alive when your kidneys stop working, but it's a very difficult way to live. As anyone on dialysis can tell you, they have to go for 4 or 5 hours, 3 times a week. It's hard to work, it's hard to travel, it's hard to have any kind of normal life when you're tied down like that. Transplant is shown to be much more successful. It keeps you alive for longer, and even more importantly, it keeps you alive for better and improves the quality of your life. And there's two ways you can get a transplant. You can get one from someone who has died. That's called a deceased donor transplant. And then you can also get from a living donor. So long ago, we realized that people could live perfectly fine, normal, long, healthy lives with only one of their kidneys if we screen them appropriately and make sure they have sufficient kidney function to do that. And a living donor kidney is something we always advocate for because it tends to work faster and last longer. You can imagine that by definition, if you're getting a deceased donor organ, it's coming out of someone who is basically dying, and that organ does suffer some injury during that process. Whereas a living donor kidney comes out of someone who's perfectly healthy, has great blood flow to that organ. Usually, we're taking it out and putting it
Mm.
right back in. And so they tend to have the very best outcome. So that's why we're always advocating, if possible. Deceased donor is a great option, but if possible, we always try to get people to look for a living donor.
Yeah. So then that kind of answered my next question too, of what are the benefits of receiving a kidney from a living donor compared to a deceased donor? Why should someone consider becoming that living donor though?
Well, for many reasons. In fact, last night we had something called Donor Appreciation Night where we heard donors talk about their experience. And I think my first answer to your question, having just witnessed that last night, is that it's amazing. And Emily and Carrie can definitely talk to this better than I can, but it seems to be, of course, the first reason you do it is to save someone else's life. I mean, the recipient's going to derive pretty obvious benefit from getting an organ so they can go back to living their normal life. But what's been amazing to me over the many years I've done this now is that the donors seem to derive a matching benefit. It's just a very, very meaningful thing that they've done. And I feel that it's very, very beneficial to the donors. Almost, it seems to me, almost as much as the recipient, but these guys can tell you more about that.
Yes, yeah, I can't wait to hear more from them. Um, can you walk us through how a living donor kidney transplant works exactly?
Sure. So the first thing is the donor has to know, excuse me, if they have to initiate the process, which is very easy. You can go online and just literally Google Georgetown Living Donor. There's a big button that says, I want to be a donor. So you press that and start, and you fill out a questionnaire. There are a few things that automatically rule people out for being a donor, very few things. But for example, diabetes is one of them because diabetes is tightly linked to kidney disease, and we don't want to put a donor in that position. Donor safety is our number one priority. So we do a quick questionnaire that asks you a whole bunch of medical questions. And then we always try to stress to people, don't rule yourself out. Fill out the questionnaire, let us, because some people think, I'm too old, I'm too this, I'm too that, but you might be perfectly fine. So don't rule yourself out. Fill out the questionnaire, give us a chance to look at it. By filling out the questionnaire, you are not committing to doing a surgery. You're just committing to learn about it.
Right.
Then once you do that, we call you back, hopefully very quickly, and you come in for a full day evaluation. Make sure you clear the day. It's quite a few hours of meeting our entire team, getting lots and lots of blood tests, getting lots and lots of diagnostic studies. I mean, our goal is to make sure that our donors are not at any increased risk for kidney disease in the future. So we do a slew of studies and tests. And when that's done, we look at all the information. We talk to the donor. We tell them if they're anything other than what we consider low risk. And then they decide if they want to move forward or not.
Yeah, that's good to know. I like how you pointed out, to not kind of say that you're not eligible before talking with the doctor and letting the experts decide whether or not you can donate. Because I think that is kind of a step that probably a lot of us think like, oh, well, I have this or that. That doesn't necessarily mean you can't donate. And so let the experts decide that.
And in the end, the person's going to decide, but we
Yeah.
definitely give our basically our expert opinion, and some things are just have nothing to do with donating a kidney. You're perfectly fine. And also, a lot of people are surprised that we do not have an age cutoff. Probably my oldest donor, I think, was 76.
Oh,
So,
wow.
it actually sometimes it's easier to evaluate people that are a little older because by then they've kind of declared themselves as a very healthy person. And
Yeah.
so age is not, yes, there are some extremes that will start to say no, but for all those kind of reasons, I just don't want people to say that they can't do it. If they're interested, let us talk to you and we can decide if it's a good idea.
Right, right. And why should someone choose MedStar Georgetown Transplant Institute for a living donor transplant?
Well, I'm certainly biased. So, but I think that hopefully Carrie and Emily will reinforce what I say that, we take our living donor program really seriously, that I am involved with every step. I know Dr. Genick is involved with every step of the way. I literally see almost every eval. I've spoken to almost every donor that comes through our doors. I think that we have, knock on wood, remarkable record for safety and outcomes in our donors. And I follow them very closely for a couple of years after they donate. And I just think it's not all about the volume, but when you're doing something like surgery, volume is very important because basically, hopefully, you get good at it from doing it so many times. Also, seen maybe little obstacles that come up and you know how to deal with them easily. And I think also we have a enormous wealth of knowledge and history doing the recipients. And the recipients, as you know, they can be sick, they can have lots of different problems, they can be complicated. And I think we have a great track record of having really high success rates with them.
Yeah, that's great to hear. Thank you for going over the kidney side of this. Now I'm going to move on to Dr. Genick and talk about living liver donation. So, for people who need a liver transplant, how does living donation work? Can someone give their whole liver or just a portion? Does the liver regenerate? All those sorts of things.
Yes, so it's a donation of the portion of the liver can be so the liver has two lobes, the right lobe, which is more dominant, the left lobe is a little smaller. For children, we often go with a smaller portion of the left lobe. For the adults, we usually do the right uh, liver donation. So what are the benefits? So the benefits are threefold. Uh, Unlike for the patients with the end-stage renal disease, they have dialysis to sustain their life for a significant period of time, and during the time they can come up with a donor, so they have time to think about it and implement it. On the liver side, it's not that easy. First, we don't have any devices or technology to maintain somebody on artificial machine to sustain the liver function. So you kind of on your own with your liver the way it is. So the living donation first, it's a life saving in the short term because if you don't have the live donor, people think, well, I can maybe if I get sicker, my score will go up, and I will get liver from the deceased donor. It's oftentimes it's a very wishful thinking that may not happen because the worsening of the liver disease or the condition with this of the patient with the cirrhosis is not gradual. It's not like gradual decline. It's a stability with a sudden onset of failure that was provoked by either infection or any small events, infection in the abdomen, GI, bleeding, and patient can crash, and it would be beyond the point that we can salvage the patient. Now, oftentimes when patient gets sick, they get into the intensive care unit, and then if they're lucky and they're stable and they have no contraindications such as infection, ongoing bleeding, they can receive deceased donor. but it's a really, it's a really, um, it's a really gambling with your life, in my opinion. So to have the life donor, it is a life-saving thing in the short term. Now, it's been also shown that if you receive the liver in the earlier stages of the liver disease, you have much better long-term survival, and we're talking 5, 10 years after transplant. So if you receive the liver when you're in the intensive care unit, yes, you pulled you through, but your 5 and 10 year survival will be worse.
Mm.
That's and the third thing about the living donor, you are receiving the best quality of the graft.
Mm.
Now with the deceased donor, we try to improve access to organs, and we use what we call marginal livers. They work, but it's still not, they don't match the quality of the living donor.
Okay. And what is the recovery time like for both the donor and the recipient after the transplant's done?
Yeah. So the recovery time is, I would say, maybe to completely recuperate and kind of get back to where you are. I would say it's about 2 months, plus minus few weeks here and there. But you have our amazing donors that donated the kidney and the liver in the past. I'm pretty sure they will be more informative and give you like first-hand information. The hospital stay, it's about maybe 5 to 7 days for the donor, maybe 1 to 2 weeks for the recipient.
Okay.
But the big advantage of the liver donation, and the liver as an organ, the liver regenerates, the liver grow back. When you donate your liver, you'll get the refund, you'll get reimbursed, the liver will grow back. So that's the way to think it. And another thing I wanted to elaborate on, and it's Dr. Verbesi already mentioned, that donor think that, oh, I'm not a good donor, I shouldn't donate, I have this and this and this and that. So that's what sometimes the donor thinks, and it's the same on the liver side. But more importantly, there are recipients that think, hey, I know this person, but he's not a good candidate because he drinks, or he's not a good candidate because he's overweight, or I know that person, but I don't think he's a good candidate because this. So it's not just the donor mentality, but also recipient mentality that is important to change. And the other thing that I wanted to mention, the donors, the recipients would say, I would never want my children to donate. And, nobody would want their children to donate. But in a way, it's a little bit, or the loved ones to donate for them. But in a way, it's kind of selfish thinking, because you kind of see from your perspective, you rather be dead than have your child organ. But the children may think they want to give you the organ for you to be alive for them. So refuse that gift. Although it's, yes, the donor will go through a certain risks, but I think to say, well, I want to accept the organ, I think it's not to criticize the recipients, but we always kind of mention to those recipients with such mentality, hey, you should probably look at the donor side and look from that angle why they want that. Because they want you to be alive. They want you to be in their lives. It's not just you want to see your, let's say, grandchildren to graduate. They want to see them graduate. So it kind of goes both ways.
Yeah.
So when we have somebody refusing the life donation, we try to also present that point of view of the donor, so they may be more inclined to consider it.
Right. Yeah, it's important to be open-minded in the whole situation from both sides of it. And my next question, we touched on this a little bit, but I don't know if it's different for liver versus kidney. But are there any age restrictions or requirements for somebody who wants to donate part of their liver?
Um, so in our program, we would consider the donor all the way up to 70.
Okay.
And the youngest is 18 with some exemptions when it's an emancipated minor. So we can do earlier than 18. For example, the mother who is 17 wants to donate to the child, and yeah, we would consider such donors. The upper limit is very difficult to establish or to draw the line, because at the end it's we have people that live when they pass when they're in their 60s, and some people pass in their 90s. So you cannot just go strictly by chronological criteria. It's probably better to consider performance status, activity, longevity in the family, all those things that can tell you that, well, just because that age, it doesn't mean it's only chronological age, but it does not necessarily means it's their physiological age.
Right. Right. That's a good point. Thank you for going over all of that. I'm going
Yes,
to pause
sure,
for a
my
minute.
pleasure.
No, thank you. I'm going to pause for a minute and reintroduce ourselves. If you're just now joining us, my name is Sarah Ridenauer, and I'm here with experts from the MedStar Georgetown Transplant Institute. Today, we're discussing living organ donation and hearing from people who have chosen to become living donors. If you have any questions for our experts, you can leave those in the comments, and we will answer as many as we can during today's discussion. So now we're going to hear from someone who has experienced living donation firsthand. Please welcome again living kidney donor Carrie. So, Carrie,
Hi.
why did you want to become a living donor?
I had a friend in college whose mother got a kidney donated from one of her other daughter, but I visited them while they were in the hospital, and I was just really impressed that a person could donate their kidney to, in this case, their mother, and the benefit that that gave to that family. My friend didn't lose her mother at that young age and got to have her for so much longer. And that was, 30 years ago. And it seemed like it wasn't that hard to do from my perspective at that point. And then I also recently had a acquaintance in town who had done a non-directed donation, and I was like, oh yeah, that was something that I wanted to do. And guess what? In my life right now, it's a really good time for me to do that. So that's what brought me to where I was to donate.
Yeah. And then what was the process like at MedStar Georgetown Transplant Institute?
It was very easy. As Dr. Verbisi said, I filled out a form online, and next thing I knew, I was contacted and started the process. And it was very simple to move. They move you along, they have you come in and interview you and have you do your tests. And um, that was it.
And how was your surgery and recovery experience?
My surgery was great. I have no complaints. It was really, I think I was in the hospital for 1 or 2 nights. I think it might have been one. Um, I took the pain meds as prescribed. So, it was really enough to get me through that process without much discomfort. At MedStar, I would say it was interesting. I believe I had an extra artery with my kidney, or something of that nature that made my kidney a little bit of a challenge to find the right recipient for. And I think had I gone maybe to a different facility and we ran up against that challenge, maybe they would have said, well, you're different and we don't think we want to do this. If I had gotten that feedback, I probably would have been like, well, I guess it's not for me. So I was really glad that I went to MedStar and had it done there.
That's great to hear. And when did you know you wanted to meet your kidney recipient, and what was that like? And I guess is that something that's, I don't know if you know, or maybe this would be a question for Ashley later, if that's a common experience.
I don't know if it's a common experience. I was always hopeful to meet my recipient because it's a connection that you can have. And I was really grateful to be able to meet Walter and meet his family and friends. And that was really impactful to see that I wasn't just helping him, I was helping the people who loved him. So that was really beautiful.
Yeah, I can only imagine how like just fulfilling that experience would be, getting to, like you said, not just see how it impacted him, but the people in his
Yes,
circle that he means the most to. And I'm sure that
yes.
was just an
Hmm.
incredible feeling.
Yes, it was.
And how has your life changed since your living donation?
I don't really think it has changed. I do take my iron pill regularly now. I had anemia, which was something that delayed my surgery because I had to get that under control, which I did by taking iron regularly. And that's how I would say my life has changed.
Yeah.
Not
So
significantly at
it's
all.
not like a big emotional impact, but physically kind of just, same as usual.
Same as usual. I was healthy. I'd been going to the gym and working out regularly. I was back to that within my full capacity, probably within 2 months. And yeah, just going, continuing on.
Yeah, that's great to hear. Thank you for
Thank you.
talking about your experience. It's
My
it's
pleasure.
nice
Yes.
to have a nice personal touch, to hearing these stories. And Emily, we'll get to your story next, but first I want to talk with Ashley. You work closely with the people who are considering becoming donors. So can you tell us a little bit about your role in the transplant program?
Yes, so when donors fill out the form, we receive the form, we review the forms, and if they're appropriate to come in to be evaluated, we initiate that conversation. And, we meet the donors in the very beginning and see them through the entire process through donation. And then there's a 2-year follow-up period after donation. So it's you know, an extended relationship. And it's really fun to get to know the donors who are, whether non-directed or they're giving to their family member or friend. Um, it's a great experience on our end to get to meet these people. And to answer your question, most donors who are non-directed do want to meet their recipient. Not all, but most.
Yeah, I feel like I definitely would want to. Just like we talked about, it seems like a very kind of like wraps a bow on the whole situation and puts, gives you a good sense of, the good deed that you did and how grateful the recipient is and the people around them. Why is the evaluation process so important for both donors and recipients?
Well, for the donor, it's in living liver donation, it's a big surgery, and it's important for us to know that they are going to be healthy through this entire process and afterwards, and to make sure that they are a good fit to donate to the recipient. And, you know, for me, I want to make sure that the donor has a point of contact, that all of their questions are answered, that they know that they are supported and cared for just as much as the recipient, and that their health and their safety is extremely important to us, and it's our top priority.
Yeah. And going along with that, you mentioned being the point of contact for questions. What are some of the most common questions you receive from the potential living donors?
Most of the time, their first questions are how long is the evaluation process, which is typically about 8 weeks. Uh, how long will I be in the hospital? As Dr. Ginnick said, about 4 to 7 days. The recovery period, how long will I be out of work, which is dependent upon what they do sometimes.
Mhm.
And then financial impact. So people who sign up to be donors, their care for the evaluation and the donation is covered. They are not paying for any of this, and neither is their insurance.
That's great. That's good to hear. And what is something you wish potential donors knew about, but maybe don't often ask?
I wish donors, it's a very personal decision to come forward as a donor. So I want donors to know that it's okay to ask as many questions as you need to ask. You're not bothering me if you call me and then send me an email with 10 questions. That's why we're here,
Yeah.
is to help you through the process and to answer all of your questions. And, as I said, I want donors to know that we are very concerned about their safety and their health, as well as the recipients, and that it is their choice. If they come to us and they start this process, it is always okay to say, you know what, I can't do this. And that decision is always respected and supported.
Yeah. Great. Thank you so much, Ashley. I also just noticed that Walter says hi to Carrie and Dr. Verbesey. So hi again, Walter. Thank you for tuning in.
Hey,
Um,
Walter.
and next we'd like to talk to with our living liver donor, Emily. So Emily, what motivated you to become a living donor?
Sure. Well, for maybe 20 years, I have donated my hair, and maybe for 15 years, I've donated my blood. But there's two big problems with that, or limitations. I mean, my hair only grows so fast, as you can tell. I'm getting ready for my next
I'll say it's
donation.
getting there.
Not quite ready.
The
Yeah.
hair is like leather, it grow back.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
That's like-
That's precise. So
exactly.
yeah, I've donated my hair for years. I've donated my blood for years. Red Cross turns me down half the time because I have low hemoglobin. So just like Carrie, I take my iron supplements and I try to make it work more. I never knew that you can donate your liver. I just happened to be at a education fundraising gala, and someone randomly mentioned their 2-year-old daughter who was dying liver disease, and someone altruistically donated their liver. And he happened to mention, oh yeah, a lot of people don't know that if you donate a portion of your liver, it grows back. And my ears perked up thinking, oh, well, this is right up my alley. This is exactly what I like to do. Kind of what Dr. Genick says of some sort of refund of, it comes right back. And I went on the Georgetown website that evening and tried to find where I can sign up. And I just told myself I'm not going to sleep until I figure out how to sign up to be a liver donor. And the rest is history.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's awesome. What were some misconceptions about living liver donation that you encounter, when people ask about your story or hear that you donated?
I think the first misconception is what I had is just I never knew that you can donate your liver. And I think a lot of people said, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Also, people think, oh, well, did you donate your whole liver? Don't you need your liver to live?
Yeah.
So I have to explain, well, I donated 60% of my liver. And he said, well, so you should have a gaping hole in your body. I was like, no, it grew back. And, they wonder how long it takes to grow back. Maybe Dr. Genick can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think at least for me, it took maybe approximately 8 weeks for my liver to grow back or so. So it's actually and people are surprised to hear that, like, oh, that's very quick. And I think major surgery deters people a lot. So I think that's a misconception as well of just, well, why would you do that? But with the Georgetown team, I had a lot of trust and confidence in them, and it made the process so easy to say yes to.
Yeah, that's great. And what would you say to someone who is considering living donation, but maybe feeling afraid, because it's a big surgery, like you said, or just uncertain of the whole process?
I think it's fair to be afraid. I mean, it's major surgery, but all I can say to that is just be brave. If you think about, the whole span of your life and the inconvenience that this surgery will be for, a couple months of just 1 year of your whole life, that inconvenience can save someone's life.
Yeah.
It's really incredible to think about the impact we all can make if we're willing to give, whether it's our blood or a kidney or a liver. It just takes a little bit of courage and the step in the right direction. But I felt very comfortable putting myself into the hands of our whole Georgetown team, from cradle to grave of, working with, Ashley's office and the coordination side, working with Dr. Genick and even like the midnight nurses and everyone who played a role in taking care of me. There's an advocate to work with you. I just felt so supported through the whole process that I walked in the door at 5 a.m. on April Fool's Day last year with a big smile on my face. I I never cried, which was kind of strange, but I was never so scared because I was just very confident in the medical team that I just was comfortable for them to take great care of me.
Yeah.
I think honestly, the one of the things that I was worried about, I wasn't scared about it, but I was worried about what the scar would look like. Maybe Dr. Genick remembers me asking, like, so how big is the scar going to be? And, is it going to be on my stomach forever? But I kind of just told myself, it's okay. It'll be a story to tell and just
Yeah.
a badge of honor. And if it, again, is an inconvenience in these little ways in my life, in order to save someone else's life, it is absolutely worth it.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. And what has your experience taught you about the emotional, physical, or social aspects of living donation that maybe aren't often discussed?
Yeah, I feel like I have a greater appreciation for my own health. I had a small period of time in which, I was in the hospital. I was kind of hobbling around as I was recovering, bed bound, being a very athletic person and just very active out and about. Um, I I think I've always taken my health for granted. So now that I was back to doing all my normal activities within a couple months, and I hiked to the top of a really high mountain in Colorado just a couple months after my liver donation and thought, man, like this is amazing that I can, I'm so thankful that I'm healthy. And I never really appreciated that before. And now I feel like I have a lot more empathy for those who are sick or injured. Just kind of being surrounded by people in the hospital and knowing that, I'm in the hospital because I'm choosing to be here, but a lot of people, they don't choose to wind up in the hospital. So I just have more appreciation for those or more sympathy for those who are ill. I used to also be really scared of needles and just kind of recoil at the sight of blood. Nothing phases me now. So I think I'm just a stronger person,
Yeah.
stronger than I was before. And a whole other, emotional aspect of this is just this bonus I never expected. I expected to kind of come in altruistically donate to a complete stranger. I never expected to meet that person. I never really expected anything after the surgery. And Georgetown has helped, bring me in touch with a lot of different people in the community. So I've met other liver donors. I was at the event that Dr. Verbasy was mentioning yesterday, where I got to meet all these other wonderful donors and some recipients as well. And I've been very fortunate. I was never expecting this, but to meet my the recipient of my liver. So we get in touch at least once a month. We have kind of a routine of meeting up, and he's like family to me. We're not blood relatives, but I think, having a part of my body is close
Yep.
enough. So
They've got your liver now.
we're
Y'all are
family.
connected forever.
Yeah, and that's nothing I ever expected, and it was just an extra bonus to have such a wonderful community to be a part of now.
Yeah, that's great. I love those. I love what you mentioned about, some people, you're in the hospital there because you chose to be, you're choosing to do this thing, and that's not the case for everybody else in there. So you're right. It puts your own health into a new perspective, and I love that. That's awesome. You talked about how supported you felt throughout this whole experience. But how can transplant centers better support donors or maybe how did that compare to your experience of how supported you felt?
I really don't have much to say here because I think Georgetown really did take great care of me. I don't think I really, again, very healthy person. I've never really spent much time in a hospital. I don't think I realized how lucky I was to have gone through this whole process with Georgetown. And if I ever recommend, living a liver donation or kidney donation to anyone, I would recommend to go to Georgetown because I felt like I was in such good hands. The only thing I really asked of Georgetown that I I didn't quite, I could have used some more support on at the time was I was just so curious how my liver was growing back. I was like, so, do you think it's fully back now or do you think it's halfway? And they're like, well, we don't, whenever you stop feeling kind of that vibrated feeling in your stomach, like that's probably when it's back to normal. So
Yeah.
that was just more of my own curiosity, but it's truly, I think that they provided incredible support. I've asked many questions along the way, and they were always there. They're so organized, so caring, and kind of as Dr. Burbisi mentioned before, they are really focused on donor care. I don't know how many people ask me throughout the process of the evaluations, are you sure you want to do this? You can always say no. Even right before the anesthesia went in, are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. So, but they kept caring about my needs and, just double checking with me, which I really appreciated. And that made me feel like I could trust them even more.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's great to hear. And thank you, Emily, for sharing your story, and Carrie as well. It's like I said, I think it's important for the viewers to hear these firsthand accounts of donation, and especially if it's, from neither of you knew your donor or who you were donating to going into this. And I think sometimes that can make people a little apprehensive of not donating to somebody that they knew beforehand. So it's nice to hear your personal accounts of how much it's, impacted you all and how the process went. And I think it's just, like I said, great for our viewers to hear that. Um, we do have some questions from our viewers. Ashley, Jessica asks, what tests will I need to determine if I am a suitable donor?
So to start, we need to see if you are blood type compatible with your recipient. If you have an intended recipient, if you're coming in as a non-directed donor, then we can find a recipient that is compatible with your blood type. We look at a lot of labs. We look at your liver function test, all of your electrolytes, your blood counts. We look at to see if you like an infectious panel, so hepatitis A, hepatitis B, hepatitis C, HIV, and we look at any autoimmune issues you may have, and we also look at clotting factors. I think that got everything, Dr. Denick. Did I miss anything?
No, no, it's how it is. You are very complete.
Perfect. Thank you. And Dr. Verbisi, we have a question from Matthew. Are there any lifestyle changes that I will need to make permanently after the surgery?
So for kidney donors, there's not too many. We want you to stay really well hydrated because that's good for you even if you have two kidneys and better if you have one.
Yep.
And then also, much to many donors' dismay, we do for kidney donors, we'd rather them not take NSAIDs after. So that means that we really prefer they not take the drugs like ibuprofen, which definitely, I'm a believer in Motrin myself, but so it's not the greatest, but that is one thing you have to give up. But otherwise, you should be able to go back to all your normal diet, your normal exercise, your normal working. We hope you basically remember it as a good thing, but don't have to think about it on a daily basis. And the only thing I want to add because Ashley had mentioned, for kidney, it is very important for me to emphasize that we don't care what blood type your donor is. That's old news for kidney. We're very strong participant in a national exchange program. So if you come forward, if your donor is a different, you do have to be the same usually to actually donate. But if you come with a donor who's not a blood type compatible, that's perfectly fine. We could put them in the exchange. And basically, I try to tell people you are still giving your recipient a kidney. We're just switching kidneys in the middle. So I hope it doesn't scare people off because it's still a fantastic resource. And your recipient, in the end result, all we really want is your recipient to have a successful transplant so they can go back to a normal great busy life. And whether it's exactly your kidney that goes in them or they get a kidney because you donated, hopefully that doesn't matter quite as much. So when people are looking for a living donor kidney, we want them, used to have like signs on the side of the road that said, blood type A donor needed. We don't want that anymore. We just want people to say, I need a living donor, and then see, you never know who's going to come forward and might volunteer.
Yeah. Thank you for that. And thank you to our viewers for their questions. Last
I
question.
have a quick
Oh,
thing, Sarah.
yeah.
I want to compliment what Dr. Verbisi just said, that it may not be necessarily your kidney that will be in your loved one body, but the fact that the kidney transplant will happen. But also we can expand this exchange uh, idea, not just swapping kidney donors, but we can swap the kidney donor for liver and
Mhm.
liver donor for kidney. So for example, if you want to donate for somebody the kidney, but your kidney is not good, they have, let's say, bad anatomy, but your liver is good. And now on the liver side, we have somebody who wants to donate the liver, but the liver is not good, but the kidney or kidneys are good. So we can swap the organ donors from the liver to kidney and from the kidney to liver, and that way we can also accommodate the donor wish to help the recipient. It may not be necessarily their organ or the organ they initially intended to donate, but the fact is that we can make that wish to help materialize.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point.
Just
Just, if you want to start the process, just, because you never know what could happen. Good point. Thank you. As we wrap up, I want to ask one final question to each of you, and that is, what is one key takeaway you want people to remember about living organ donation? I'll start with you, Dr. Verbisi.
I think I would just say a little bit of what I repeated said before, but if you're interested, just start the process. Fill out the questionnaire. Again, you're not committing, but it's we want to take you through the process. We want to really educate you, and then we want you to make an educated decision. We don't want you to decide right from the beginning. It'd be better if you learned everything about what's involved. And then you come to a decision that you really feel strongly about. So, if you're interested at all, contact us, go through the questionnaire, and that way we can start talking to you about it. And the only other thing I'll say is that for recipients, it can be very hard to ask someone. Some people have no problem. I have some people who are like, got their whole family in a room and said, we're not leaving until we figure this out. I don't recommend that. That's not recommended, but other people who could just never ask someone if they would think about donating. So we try to tell people you don't have to ask, just talk about your story. People keep things very private, but if you're in this position, it's best to not be as private, talk. You never know. We have coworkers, people who live down the street, people who just read about it on Facebook. Like people from churches, temple, I mean, all different people who come forward. So try not to keep it so private. Talk about what you're going through, and you never know who might volunteer.
Yeah, that's great. I love that. Thank you. Dr. Gannick?
Well, as humans, we donate different things, but most of the time we donate what we have in abundance. The donors that donate their organs donate something that they don't have in abundance. So, but they put their health, their life also at certain risk, and the risk of undergoing the operation and enduring the discomfort of the post-operative period. So I always think that the donors are they're very special people, and to the point that when I have the discussion with the donor, sometimes I think, wow, I'm so selfish. and because you talk to this given person, and it's really yes, it is really special people, and my biggest respect and the deepest gratitude goes to them.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Thank you. Ashley?
Yeah, to tie into both of things that Dr. Ginnick and Dr. Rokusi said, you know, donors are amazing people. I really enjoy working with them and meeting them and talking with them and learning about their life and their families, and just knowing that if you're interested in starting the process, start the process, and if you decide not to do it, that decision is respected.
Yeah.
And if you decide to move forward, knowing that you are supported and we care about you and your safety and your health.
Great. Thank you. Carrie?
To piggyback on what Dr. Janik was saying, a lot of people asked me when I shared that I was going to do this, why would you do that? What if you need a kidney later? What if one of your kids needs a kidney or your husband? And I just think as an individual, I don't have it in abundance, but as a community, we do. And if people took away that restrictive mindset and just gave, then we wouldn't have to worry about what if I need one later, because there's plenty to go around. So share your spare.
Yeah, I love that. That's a great point. And Walter, I think you're still with us. So, Walter, if you have any remarks that you want to give in the comments as well, any final wrap ups for this, please do. Emily?
Dr. Ginnick had mentioned that he has a lot of respect for the donors, but I also just want to reciprocate my respect for all the Georgetown staff. I mean, those folks dedicate their careers to making this even possible. And frankly, I know that it can feel scary if you're considering being a donor, but your job is the easy part. You just have to show up. You know, you show up. You show up online to sign up. You show up for your appointments, and then you just show up for the surgery. Uh, the Georgetown staff, they have the hard jobs, and they're the experts. So it's really incredible to kind of see the partnership that makes this whole thing possible.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you so much. So that's all we have for today. I'd like to give a big thank you to our experts from the MedStar Georgetown Transplant Institute and to our donors, Carrie and Emily, for sharing their experiences. Living organ donation has the power to save lives, and understanding the process can help more people feel informed and empowered to consider becoming donors. For more information, please visit medstarhealth.org/livingdonor or click the link in the comments section. The ability to save a life is within you. Become a living donor, become a living organ donor. And thank you again for joining us today, and have a great afternoon.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.